Welcome to the Talkin Balls Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. June was full of official visits. Now we're rolling into decision time. Got a lot of decisions coming for Tennessee targets over the next few weeks. We kick things off on Friday. Four-star wide receiver Braylon Staley set to make his decision. He was on campus back on June the 16th. After taking that official visit, he has seemed to be all VAWLS, so I expect good news coming our way sometime Friday, probably in the afternoon. We will continue to follow that, keep you guys up to date. Five-star edge rusher Elijah Rushing scheduled to make his decision on July the 6th at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then Braylon Russell has a decision scheduled on July the 14th at 6:30. We will keep you guys up to date. We are going to live stream the Elijah Rushing decision and also Braylon Russell. How close is Mike Matthews to making a decision? Big-time in-state target Edwin Spillman, four-star linebacker, set to make a decision in July. We will continue to monitor, keep you guys up to date right here on the Talkin Balls Network. But I want to ask you guys, what happened to the crystal balls from Steve Wiltfong? We heard last week he told Josh Pate over at 247 Sports, he said, I'm going to put in 2 crystal balls for four-star wide receivers at Tennessee. We never saw it. We're going to get into that and discuss. We're also going to take a listen to the most recent Wiltfong whip around where he talks about some of Tennessee's targets that are set to make decisions in July. But as always, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below the video. That is quick, free, and easy. It helps the channel. Take 2 seconds. Go right down there. Just hit that thumbs up. I would appreciate it. The more you guys smash that thumbs up, the more it recommends this video to other people, and we can continue to build this community of Tennessee fans right here on the Talkin Balls Network, because that is what we are doing for the fans, by the fans. If it's your first time on the channel and you like the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I'm live every single Monday night at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you come hang out for that. Last night, 7 o'clock, we had Matt Ray on the show. Great show with Matt Ray from VAWLS.com. If you missed it, if you did not watch that show, I encourage you, go back and watch it, catch the replay, because we covered everything in Tennessee recruiting. One of the best shows that we've had as far as recruiting this offseason. So I encourage you, again, go back, check that out. Let's get into it. Let's take a listen to what Steve Wiltfong had to say on the most recent Wiltfong whip around, because, again, I'm waiting. Where are those crystal balls, Steve? What have you done with my crystal ball, Steve? Let's take a listen.
Well, they have the nation's number 10 recruiting class looking for a second straight top 10 haul. Mike Matthews and his family loved it. Mike Matthews said his experience was memorable. And what stands out to him is the players and coaches are out constantly pushing to be the best. And that's the kind of environment he wants to be in. Part of his visit, he got to spend time with Hendon Hooker, pick his brain about the program. Obviously, Nico Iamaleava and the possibility of playing with one of the top quarterback recruits from last year's recruiting cycle is also enticing to him. Tennessee does not have a receiver commitment right now in their class, but I think they're in a really good spot for Mike Matthews alongside USC, Clemson, and Georgia. And I think they got a great shot to land Amari Jefferson, who was there this weekend, and then Brace Staley, a top 247 receiver who was on campus last weekend. I think they got a great shot there.
So let's unpack that. A lot of people talking about the wide receiver position. Don't have one committed yet in the class of 24. I am not concerned in the least about Tennessee not having a wide receiver committed. I like where they are at with Mike Matthews. This is from Chad Simmons. The Simmons scoop that just came out yesterday said a decision is likely for Matthews this summer. July is when the elite playmaker in Georgia could make his decision. The five-star wide receiver had a busy month of June with official visits to Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, and Tennessee. The Vols have been and are viewed as the front runner to land Matthews. He likes the offense. He has a good connection with Kelsey Pope, and he sees a great opportunity in Knoxville. Some feel this is done. I'm not there yet, but Tennessee is in the best position. I like Tennessee to land Mac Matthews. I think we're going to kick things off on Friday with Braylon Staley. And look, Braylon Staley is a track guy. He's got speed. He's basically a replacement for what we had in J.J. Harrell when he decommitted and went off to Mississippi State. I think Braylon Staley stepped right in, said, hold my beer, watch this, I'm all Vol. And I think Tennessee really is in a good spot. I'm not saying definitely, but possibly to land Mike Matthews, Braylon Staley, Amari Jefferson, and then also Ryan Wingo. Ryan Wingo is a guy that we kind of stopped talking about because it sounded like he was trending away from Tennessee. But the interesting part about Wingo is he's not in a hurry. He is in no big hurry to make a decision. He's taking officials to Georgia, Michigan, Texas, and Missouri in June, but he's running this thing all the way up till December. He is going till early signing day. He's going to take some official visits this fall. One of those is going to be Tennessee. So Tennessee still has an opportunity. And if you go get Mike Matthews, you go get Braylon Staley, and you go get Amari Jefferson. And again, Amari Jefferson really likes Alabama, but he's committed to Tennessee to play baseball. Matt Ray dropped some good information on Amari Jefferson last night. Again, go back, catch the replay of the live stream. You get those guys in the boat, and then you go to Ryan Wingo and say, hey, come play for Tennessee. We're going to create mismatches. We're going to get you open because we have a ton of talent at the wide receiver position in your class. That's what I think about the wide receivers. I think Tennessee is going to be just fine in this class. Even if they get 3 of the 4, say they don't get Wingo or they don't get Jefferson, I still think Tennessee has a really good shot at pulling in a nice haul in the class of 24 at the wide receiver position. Let's hear a little bit more from Steve Wiltfong on the most recent Wiltfong Whip Around.
Elijah Rushing, Blair, I don't know about you, but I still probably leaning Oregon, Arizona, but I think Tennessee did as much as they could this weekend. He said the official visit was amazing, really enjoyed the culture, hanging out with the guys. I think they played some basketball, played some volleyball, or excuse me, he was saying that, you know, the way that the program supports those teams, the basketball team, the volleyball team, the football team, all the unity between the athletes really stood out to him. And then certainly his time spent with Rodney Garner, one of the best position coaches in the SEC, also stood out to him. And then Jordan Ross, he told me before his Tennessee visit that the VAWLS were the one to beat. He told our Ryan Callahan that he's looking the hardest at Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee. I look at this as a VAWLS Gators battle. Florida certainly has had a lot of success in the state of Alabama, but I think Tennessee, they were maybe his first Power 5 offer, but they've been on him as long as anybody. They got a great shot to land him. They got a great shot to land Braylon Russell, William Satterwhite, who are also on campus this weekend. So Tennessee, trying to stay in the top 10 of the recruiting rankings this weekend, could help them do it down the road.
So, again, now we're moving over to the edge position, talking about Elijah Rushing, who, again, has a decision coming up on July the 6th, 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to cover that live on the channel, so be right here, dialed in, tuned in, and we will count you down and see if Elijah Rushing picks the VAWLS. Again, a lot of people think Oregon is the team to beat, but this goes back to the conversation of recruiting, and it's fluid, and things change. You got to get the guys you can get. You're not going to get them all. You lose guys like Williams Winery, or say Elijah Rushing chooses Oregon. It's not doom and gloom. The sky is not falling for the 3rd time in a week here on the Talkin' VAWLS Network. You got to go get some guys that you can get, like Danny Okoye, 4-star edge rusher, who seemed to have a really, really good visit. Jordan Ross, interesting hearing Wilt Fong say that Ross told him that Tennessee was out front before the visit. Tennessee was out front after the visit. He's a tough read, man. You watch the interviews with him. He says, I could make a silent commitment. I may make a public commitment. I may tell the coaches. I may wait 3 months. It's hard to gauge what Jordan Ross is going to do. But one thing is he continues to say that Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida are all at the top. Sounds like Steve Wiltfong believes Tennessee is leading. So if you can go get Jordan Ross and Danny Okoye and then let Rushing and Winery go, I trust Rodney Garner is not going to have any issues on that defensive line. Plus, you got to remember, we've got an entire fall of high school football to watch, and you are going to see guys come out of nowhere. Arian Carter, a year ago, came out of nowhere after his senior season of high school football, and Alabama was kicking down the door trying to get him in the boat. So Tennessee is going to be just fine. A lot of guys that are trending, a lot of guys that Tennessee leads for. I feel confident in Mike Matthews. I think they made a big-time move, adding the 4-star offensive tackle Bennett Warren into the mix. He likes him some balls. Can they finish that one off? Cam Franklin, where does that one go? That sounds like a coin toss between Tennessee and Miami. Braylon Russell, I feel solid about him. I think Braylon Staley's in the boat on Friday. But again, we will continue to keep you guys updated. One last thing I wanted to mention on that defensive line is never say never with Cam Fountain. Even though he committed to USC, something Matt Ray said last night during the interview is Tennessee very well could get Cam Fountain back on campus. So we got a long way to go till signing day, but July is going to kind of set the tone with where this class starts to shape up. You guys know the deal. Jump into the comment section. Let's talk a little Tennessee football. Where are the crystal balls, Steve? That's what I really want to know. Where are the crystal balls? But also, what do you guys think about this wide receiver room? What do you think about Mike Matthews, Amari Jefferson, Ryan Wingo, and Braylon Staley? How many of those guys can Tennessee get in the boat? And then also jump over and let's talk about this defensive line a little bit. And as always, make sure you smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would appreciate it. And if you're not a member of the channel, hit the join button. You can donate $1 a month. You guys are what gives me the opportunity to do this full time, and I greatly appreciate that support. You get custom Talkin' Vols emojis, fan call-in shows, all kinds of fun perks and benefits. But if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Smash the thumbs up and let's come talk some Tennessee football. Also, go check out the merch. You guys know where. Links are in the description. That's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.